Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Top 10 Thursdays, where we dive deep into classic gaming to shine a light on some forgotten gems. Today's list is for the NES fans who think they've seen it all. Sure, we've all played the Marios and the Zeldas, and maybe even a few under-the-radar hits like Crystallis or Journey to Silius. But in this episode, we're digging even deeper. These are 10 NES games you probably never played before but should. Whether they slipped past you in the 80s and 90s or never made it stateside, these games are worth tracking down today. Let's start off weird. Like, really weird. Kabuki Quantum Fighter, released in 1991 by HAL Laboratory, is a futuristic action platformer where you play as Colonel Scott O'Connor, a digitized soldier who enters a computer system as a Kabuki actor. You attack enemies with your hair, which somehow makes for surprisingly fluid and satisfying combat. The game boasts tight platforming, great music, and graphics that push the NES to its limits. If you want a game that stands out both in concept and execution, this one is unforgettable. Developed by Cyclone System and published by Asmik in 1991, Worm, Journey to the Center of the Earth is one of those oddball NES games that tried to do too much, but somehow it works. It blends first-person dungeon crawling, side-scrolling shooting, and overhead tank driving into one sprawling sci-fi story centered around Moby, the young female commander of the VZR vehicle. It's clunky in places, but ambitious in ways that most NES games weren't. If you're a fan of games that go big with their ideas, Worm deserves a look. And Panic Restaurant, released by Taito in 1992 and developed by EIM, a company founded by ex-Hudson Soft staff, you're a chef armed with kitchen utensils, battling against evil food in a wacky platformer. You play as Chef Cookie, who must reclaim his restaurant from the evil Odove. The game is as strange as it sounds, but it's also a late-era NES gem with polished gameplay, charming visuals, and a lighthearted tone. It's rare and expensive in cartridge form, but if you find a way to play it, it's worth the trouble. Developed by Compile and published by ASCII in 1991, Gun-Nac is a vertical shoot-'em-up with smooth gameplay, deep weapon customization, and a sense of humor that sets it apart. You'll fight everything from flying paper to alien bunny rabbits, all with ridiculous firepower. Compile was also behind the Aleste series and known for tight, responsive shmups, and this one might be their funniest. It rivals many of the more famous NES shooters, and in some ways even surpasses them. At first glance, Clash at Demonhead looks like your average action platformer, but it offers way more under the surface. Developed by Vic Tokai and released in 1990, it features a non-linear world, quirky characters, a strange sci-fi story involving a doomsday device, and multiple endings. The protagonist, Billy Big Bang Blitz, is one of the cooler lesser-known NES heroes. It's more complex than most NES games dared to be, and while it didn't make a huge splash back in the day, it's become a cult classic over time. Released by Konami in 1991, The Lone Ranger is a genre-blending adventure based on the classic radio and TV character. It mixes side-scrolling action, top-down exploration, and even first-person shootouts using the NES Zapper, if you had one. You chase down Butch Cavendish across the Old West, in a surprisingly robust and challenging game. It makes excellent use of the license, and features some of the best Western-themed music on the system. Developed by Sunsoft and released in Japan in 1991, Ufouria the Saga is a quirky Metroidvania that never saw an official North American release on the NES, though it later arrived on the Wii Virtual Console. You control a cast of blob-like characters, each with their own unique abilities, as you explore a strange, interconnected world. It's got a surreal art style, catchy music, and a lot of charm. It's weird, cute, and totally charming, and chances are, you've never played it. Released by Jaleco in 1991 and developed by Natsume, Shatterhand puts you in the role of a cybernetic cop with a robotic punch. Instead of guns, you use your fists to pummel enemies, and along the way you can summon customizable robotic allies depending on which power-up combinations you collect. The controls are snappy, the visuals are detailed, and the level design is top tier. It's one of the best action games on the NES, and it's tragically overlooked. Before there was Duke Nukem, there was Nova, the boomerang-slinging hero of Power Blade. Developed by Natsume and published by Taito in 1991, this action platformer features tight controls, varied levels, and an awesome 80s action hero vibe. You can tackle stages in any order, Mega Man style, and unlock access to a central computer by locating operatives. It's smooth, satisfying, and brimming with personality. Wrapping up our list is one of the most criminally underrated ninja games on the NES. Developed by Natsume and released in 1990, and known as Blue Shadow in Europe, Shadow of the Ninja features co-op gameplay, gorgeous pixel art, and fast-paced ninja action that rivals Ninja Gaiden. You can choose between two ninja warriors, Hayate and Kaede, as you fight your way through a dystopian future to take down an evil emperor. It's got the polish, music, and gameplay to stand toe-to-toe with the greats, and yet it's still a hidden gem. And that wraps up our list of NES games you probably never played before, but really should. These titles may not have sold millions or launched franchises, but they pushed boundaries, experimented with gameplay, and created memorable experiences that are still worth revisiting today. If even one of these gems is new to you, give it a shot, and let us know in the comments which one you're most excited to try. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future countdowns. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Check out our review for Arcade Paradise. It's a very fun, retro-heavy game. If you're into D&D, you can also check out our sister channel, Tellist, where we have plenty of maps on display. And we'll also be refreshing this channel with new retro reviews, so keep an eye out.